Man, we're doing this again? Yes, we are. We're doing this again. What are we doing? We are doing the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I am your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Hey, Dave, what do we do on the Cardone Solutions Podcast? Well, I am so glad you asked. If you're brand new to this thing, welcome. Thank you for being here. Please hit the subscribe button. If you're a repeat customer, thank you so much for coming back and getting another little dose a day. On the Cardone Solutions Podcast, I'm going to go out and I'm going to find, 80% of what Grant Cardone does is 100% free. 80% of what we do at Cardone Training Technologies is 100% free. So I want to make sure that the free content that we're putting out there is delivering maximum value to you. So I'm going to take that content. This could be a blog post. It could be an email he sent out. It could be an article or a tweet or something up on Instagram, or maybe we'll break down one of his YouTube videos. But I'm going to take that content and I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to put my 2 cents on it. I'm going to give you some action ideas, some things that you can actually take this data and plug it into, benefit in your sales and your business and your life. Results is what we're talking about here, okay? Today, we're going to be looking at 4 ways for earning your buyer's trust. So again, first-timers, welcome. Previous customers, thank you so much for coming back. Appreciate that. Make sure you have subscribed. If you are getting value from it, if it's doing something for you, if it is helping, please do me a solid, share this. Make sure that you're getting the messages out. Don't be selfish. Share it, okay? Tweet this out, post it up on Facebook, throw it up on LinkedIn, wherever it is that you spend a lot of time on the social media. Make sure you're getting this content out for me, because if it's helping you, I guarantee you it is going to help somebody else. And then feel free to leave me a review or shoot me a message. If there's something you'd like me to cover, if there's something you'd like me to do, if there's something you'd like me to not do, right? Let me know what it is, because the podcast is for 2 people. One, it's for me. It helps keep me straight. It helps keep me solid, helps keep me doing what I'm doing, right? But it's also for you, right? So I want to make sure that what I'm doing is benefiting you. And if it's not, I want to know so I can fix it, okay? So let's just talk about who sponsors the Cardone Solutions Podcast. The Cardone Solutions Podcast is brought to you by the letters C and U. That stands for Cardone University. This is the #1 business development and training platform in the galaxy. Over 800 business courses available for you, with a private Cardone University network up on the Facebook, exclusive live streams with your Uncle G, private Q&A sessions with your Uncle G, access to never before seen content. Brand new stuff is getting put in there all the time. We do live weekly training sessions. And then you also get exclusive member pricing on events and products. Okay, this is everything you could possibly need to run your business and your household. This is how to get a job in 36 hours if you need to. This is self-improvement on steroids. This is how you can stay positive and motivated every day. Okay, how to get your spouse and your friends on the same page that you are, how to make more money, how to discover multiple flows of income, how to start over in a down economy, sales skills. And we can't wait for you to join us on this journey. Okay, so there's a couple different ways of getting on board Cardone University. If you want to get a toe in the water, you can get 14 days free. That's on us. That's our gift to you, so you can try it out and see if it makes sense for you. But if you already know it's the right thing to do, and you also recognize that maybe getting some in-person love is not a bad idea either, we do have a special right now where you can actually go to the 10X Business Bootcamp. That's a 3-day deep dive into sales, marketing, and execution with Grant and the executive team from the Miami office, as well as 12 months free or access. I don't know if it's free or not, but access to Cardone University, and that's one low price. So for pricing on Cardone University or to claim your free access, please visit CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone U free. That's CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone, the letter U and the word free. Okay, now on with the show. Today I'm going to be giving you 4 tips for earning your buyer's trust. This is like, you got to really be on this the whole time. Does your customer trust you? And whose problem is it when the buyer doesn't fully trust the salesperson? Because if you're not doing the 4 things I'm about to share with you, there's a really good chance that your buyer doesn't trust you. And that is let me just touch on that for a second. What did I just say? There's a really good chance your buyer doesn't trust you. Now, this is a lesson that was ingrained in my head from Grant. Very early on, one of the first audio programs that I owned of his, he kept talking about the buyer, the buyer, the buyer, the buyer, the buyer, the buyer, not the customer, not the opportunity, not the prospect. I mean, these are words that we all use, but the reality is that they're a buyer. Maybe not from you, because they don't trust you, but they are going to buy something. So they're a buyer. Treat the buyer like a buyer and they'll buy. Okay. Man, this guy doesn't believe me. This dude does not believe a word coming out of my mouth right now. Have you ever thought that? I mean, you're in sales, right? No, Dave, I own a business. You're in sales. You're a sales professional, okay? You got a potential client. You have a buyer up in front of you, right across from you. You're pitching your product. And you know with full certainty that what you're pitching is the solution. There's only one problem, though. They don't trust you, and you can tell. They just don't believe you. Period. At all. So salespeople, we get to deal with this more often than not, courtesy of a few unethical bad apples in our barrel or our bunch. And many of your customers, if you're in sales and business right now, many of your customers will struggle with not believing you, not trusting you, and they will look to protect themselves. The good news for you is that's a pretty normal reaction. You've done it. When was the last time you did it? Come on. So how do you get your buyer to fully trust you? So Grant Cardone, as we all know, international sales trainer, best-selling author. He's worked with Fortune 500 companies to help them with their production, with their profitability, and to improve customer satisfaction. If someone's going to do business with you, it's because they know you. Obscurity will always be our biggest problem. Might be helpful, not always mandatory, but certainly helps if they like you. But they have to trust you. So they need to know you and they need to trust you. Maybe it doesn't hurt if they like you. But there's that old adage, know, like, and trust. Okay, so here's 4 tips from your Uncle G for earning your buyer's trust. Tip number 1, numero uno. You need to take 100% full responsibility for your buyer's trust. If they don't trust you, it's on you. Sorry. Okay. And Grant, as you go through Cardone University, which you're going to get some free access to, because I talked about that a second ago, when you go through Cardone University, he will go into more depth on this. Okay. But if the buyer doesn't trust you, then that is on you. And any problem that you are able to assume and take and claim 100% responsibility for is a problem that you can solve. If you put somebody else in the blame chair, then the problem's out of your control. If there's a trust issue, it's your problem. It is not the customer's problem. Remember I talked about some bad apples earlier? Okay? That's their problem. Your problem is getting them to trust you. So if you crack open Cardone University or you open up Sell or Be Sold, I'll leave a link to that book in the show notes. Grant tells you this: great salespeople understands the buyer's distrust and they accept full responsibility for it, and they never take the tongue twister. They never take it personally. I'm going to say that again just a little bit better. Great salespeople understand the buyer's distrust, accept full responsibility for it, and they never take it personally. Tip number 2. Always put it in writing. People believe what they see, not what they hear. Have you ever heard that before? Have you also heard, well, the guy down the street said he could sell it for, and then just plug in whatever lowball number they said? The he said, she said thing, that's a deal killer all day long. It's a trust killer, and it's a blight on the reputation of honest salespeople the world over. Okay? If you are going to make a proposal, put it in writing and be willing to do so. Tip number 3, use current third-party data. Okay? Which means you're going to need to do some research and you're going to need to know what's going on out there. Okay? It's the information age. So if you're going to quote facts and figures and stats and have valid current third-party data, you need that available to you to back it up. And if you're going to make a big fat claim about your product, you better have some proof to go with your pudding. You want to use information and you want to use it to your advantage. An informed buyer, they can make a decision. And a buyer with no information, they're always going to need to think about it. They're always going to need to go shop. They're always going to need some time. Right? So now let's go into step number 4, which is make competitive advertising available. What? Yeah. Make competitive advertising available. This is one of the things that Grant gets so much credit for being controversial and cray-cray. Literally post your competition's ads up in your store. This will probably scare off a ton of folks. You may even have your finger on the next episode button right now. You may be getting ready to bail out of this thing because of what I just said. And you may have to revisit this little thing a couple times just to make sure you actually heard what I just said. Rewind it if you need to, okay? And you may not even trust me anymore. You're like, okay, now this guy's full of it. Because it does sound crazy. Showing what your competition is selling it for and what they're advertising your product for. Why not just walk him over to the guy? So work this out with me, okay? If you're still with me, thank you. Does your competition, think about your competition right now. Do they sell lower or higher than you? Does your competition run ads that are confusing as hell? Do they make promises that are too good to be true? So what if, just this once, instead of having the client having to actually leave and then go do their quote-unquote due diligence, what if you've already done it for them? One of my favorite sayings, especially in a retail setting, I still say it now with folks too when they're inquiring about our programs, is, sir, ma'am, Mr. Jones, Bob, my job is to get you all the information that you need so that you can make a well-informed decision. Which might include what the competition is selling their product for. And what would that say to your buyer? Can you think of some companies that do this right now? Progressive. So what if you know what the competition is selling it for and you're not afraid of it? Because why? You know with full certainty that you, your company, and the product is the superior solution, regardless of what they're selling theirs for, because it's coming from you and your company, and it's the best. It is the cheapest. If you knew, think about this, if you knew price is never the real issue, how much better would you be able to handle that situation? And if you knew how to close a deal with full certainty, would you be even more confident about being fully transparent? And if you're confident that you can handle those two, then all you're doing literally is making it easier for your buyer to trust you and give you money. You're making it easier for them to be confident in making the right decision, which is to do business with you. Never make it hard for someone to give you money. So is this making sense? If you're starting to get a little hungry for a little more, then I want to encourage you to go grab a copy of Sell or Be Sold. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. But the good news is that it's also been broken down in full video form in Cardone University. So you can consume it however you want. Okay? But our Selling Basics course in Cardone University and Sell or Be Sold, it's not just going to show you more on how to earn your buyer's trust. It will help you get right with the price myth, because it is. Price is never the reason someone's going to do it or not do it. It will help you understand the true value of service and how to always be in a place of agreement. It's also going to show you how much action you need to take in order for you to truly be successful. And if you're a professional salesperson, or you claim to be, then you need to be training every single day, because professionals train every single day. And whether that's reading out of the book or popping onto our online university, if you're not doing that, it's costing you deals and it's costing you money. Trust me. See what I did there? I said, trust me. All right, so hey, which one of these four is your biggest opportunity for growth? What can you improve on to get even better at earning your buyer's trust? Is it taking 100% responsibility for that? Is it putting your offers in writing more often? Maybe you're not doing that enough. Maybe you're not doing it at all. Maybe you need to start doing that. Maybe you need to put a policy in place to where you always present a proposal in writing. Okay. Are you using enough third-party data to validate what you're saying? And are you making the competition's advertising available to you? Those are the four things. Those are your four tips. You can get more of them and reinforce these all inside Cardone University. If you'd like to get some free access to that, head on over. CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone, the letter U, the word free. CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone, U, free for 14 days free access to Cardone University as my personal gift to you for being a listener to the Cardone Solutions podcast. I will leave you today with the words of Grant Cardone, which is this: be great, because nothing else pays. See you soon.